Hey, and how is following your dream going? Yeah, there are ups and downs, but you're still pushing, which means you'll get that big break sooner or later. But guess what? Here's a superstar who once dreamed of becoming one of the greatest actors. Thankfully, Keanu Reeves' amazing talent and his ability to remain down to earth helped him to follow his dreams. And if he could do it, you can too. So, how exactly did his humble personality help him achieve so much? And how exactly can it help you? Let's get down to it. Keanu Reeves isn't just one of the most likable people in Hollywood, he is an icon that's been featured in some of the biggest movies of all time, including the Matrix series and The Matrix Reloaded, which grossed over $281.5 million, and the John Wick series, including John Wick Chapter 3, that raked in $171 million. As an incredible actor, he's also featured in multiple rom-coms and thrillers that are really a delight to watch. But if you think his impact is felt only in Hollywood, you thought wrong. This legendary actor has a chokehold on the game world and has been featured in numerous video games, including Cyberpunk 2077 and the John Wick Chronicles. The Canadian actor started his career acting in theater productions and in television films before featuring in his first movie, Youngblood, in 1986. He finally hit A-list status with his role in the 1997 horror film, The Devil's Advocate. Keanu soon became a household name and Hollywood star, but it wasn't only his talent that drew fans to him. Keanu gave off a character that was not just relatable, but was far from what's expected from Hollywood stars. He seemed pretty odd, but it's made him one of the most likable people on earth. He's even called the internet boyfriend. If you asked any of his fans and colleagues what they like the most about him, one of the things they might likely say is that he's really kind and very sweet. And the most interesting part about this is that he doesn't do it to please people or make himself likable. It just turns out that's who he is. But what exactly does it mean to have kindness as a strength? It simply means putting the needs of others before yours, without neglecting yourself. Basically, you can go all out to be one of the kindest people without living less than you deserve. This is the personality that Keanu has effortlessly expressed to people around him, making him a very positive guy. This has enabled him to be a very influential person who people can listen to and truly trust that he speaks from a genuine place. Like, how can someone who goes all out to ensure the welfare of crew members not be taken seriously? Even giving millions of dollars out to charity and other welfare organizations when he could have just kept it for himself. But he's shown us that this behavior can go a long way towards placing you at the point where people can trust you and trust that you're willing to give your best without hurting anyone. It would also show that you're an honest person with integrity and driven a lot by positive values. Keanu has continued to use his celebrity status and the things he's earned to uplift not just himself, but the lives of people around him. And another characteristic that makes him one of the most down-to-earth celebrities is his sacrificial nature. Time and time again, Keanu has been the perfect image of selflessness and has proven he is willing to make sacrifices in the best interest of his family and crewmates. For example, works were already in place to shoot the 1997 horror film The Devil's Advocate. Keanu had already agreed to his role as Kevin Lomax, but the production crew needed to bring on Al Pacino to play John Milton. And unfortunately, Pacino demanded a fee that was way over their budget. For Keanu though, money doesn't play such a big role in his life, and he was happy to cut his own salary for the opportunity to work alongside a legend like Pacino. And this wasn't the only time Keanu sacrificed some of his money to ensure that whatever movie he featured in was great. He reportedly gave out part of his salary so that better costumes and gadgets could be bought for the Matrix movie. And it definitely paid off. Both The Devil's Advocate and Matrix turned out to be some of his, if not the, best movies and raked in millions of dollars. They also showcased him as a brilliant actor, increasing his chances of being featured in major movies in the future. Here's the thing. He knew how important those movies were for his career, and that if he didn't make the decision to let go of some of the money, the movie might not have turned out so great. He was very interested in the success of the movie, which in turn impacted his life. There's a lot to learn from this act. Sometimes you have to be willing to sacrifice something for the people around you so that your project can turn out great, which would, in turn, bring the recognition and success you long for. It doesn't necessarily have to be money either. It can be your time and effort. It can even be showing more patience and willingness to learn from even the most unlikely person. This not only shows humility and how much you value your progress and the progress of those around you, but also increases the quality of your work because you put your heart into it. And aside from being selfless, Keanu's random acts of kindness have surprisingly paid off. Whether he's standing up for a woman with a heavy bag to sit on a train, to going all out to ensure a fan got his autograph, Keanu has always shown a level of kindness that isn't common with celebrities of his status. Fans were especially blown away after pictures of Keanu hanging out with a homeless man like his buddy hit the internet. He has refused to look down on anyone despite his status. He isn't a bully, nor does he have a reputation for hurting those around him. But not all of his acts of kindness are random. Some are actually very intentional. His younger sister, Kim, battled leukemia for 10 years of her life, and he spent a lot of time taking care of her. Thankfully, she got better over the years, and in honor of his sister, Keanu opened a foundation in her name and also funds children's hospitals and cancer research. And interestingly enough, he refused to attach his name to the foundation. According to him, he just lets the foundation do what it does. And while you might not have the resources to open a research foundation, you can start by showing kindness to the people around you. Volunteering to help out at various organizations is also a good choice, and it could also be a channel to move your career to another direction. Sometimes go out and help the needy. It could be with something to eat or a few clothes, but also a nice smile to the cashier at the supermarket or a random compliment to someone. That counts as kindness already. If you can find acts of kindness that you can perform in your career, that would enable you to be kind to people in your own way, but also advance your career skills. Keanu's acts of kindness are definitely very attractive, but you see, the ability to stay true to yourself is essential if you want to make kindness your strength. Here's the thing, there are some things you must learn to say no to once you realize that it just doesn't align with your expectations, no matter how juicy they are. Otherwise, you'll just end up praising and pleasing the people around you at your own expense. Remember the movie Speed with Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock? It's a great movie, and the action was mind-blowing. It had viewers glued to their screens with so much excitement and suspense, and when the news of a possible sequel came out, many people were excited about it, including Keanu. But when he got the script, he turned down the role. According to him, he just didn't resonate with the script, even though he admitted that he would have loved to work with Sandra Bullock again and really enjoyed playing Jack Traven. But he couldn't wrap his head around why the second film would take place aboard a cruise ship in the Caribbean. In an interview shared by Insider, he explained himself saying, "It wasn't against any of the artists that were involved in the project, but at the time, I'm sure we've all had this kind of feeling sometimes when things just don't feel right, and that was how I was feeling." This is a feeling you have to pay attention to. Sometimes things don't feel right, and it's in your best interest not to follow through with it. Keanu could have let the expectations of fans and the people around him influence his decision, but he refused to let that happen. It turned out Keanu made the right decision, as Speed ended up being a flop. The movie was hit with heavy criticism and currently has a rating of 4% on Rotten Tomatoes. Keanu is also very particular about praising people and redirecting praises. Whenever he's had to talk about a project he's worked on, Keanu always acknowledges the people he's worked with. He constantly talks about how he wouldn't be where he is without them and how he really appreciates the work they put into every project. Praise the people that have worked towards ensuring your progress and acknowledge their effort. It makes them feel special and included, and they know all their work isn't taken for granted and is genuinely appreciated. But you don't even need to go over the top with it. In fact, Keanu loves to live a low-key life and be treated like everyone else. But if staying low-key isn't for you, that's great too. It means you have a higher tendency to praise those around you for the smallest things without any pretense. Not many people may agree, but kindness is definitely a strength you should have because it reveals how respectful you are, tells us that you hold in high regard your fellow human beings, and helps you stay humble. And also, it's very important to stay true to yourself and align with your values, so you avoid becoming a people pleaser as well. That way, your kindness will be an asset that will make everyone around you want to work with you and be with you. Do you agree that staying down to earth can help you achieve your dreams? Well, beside for gravity, that is. Tell us in the comment section down below, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.